The recording has started, or it should. Anyway, I can't. Yes, it has. Okay, so the recording has started. I'm going to go back into the website and I'm going to show you there. So here we are in the website. So the structure of the lesson is identical for all the lessons, for the 6 lessons. It starts with an introduction where I or Trish, under 5 minutes, give you the what you might need to know as a background to the lesson. So just if you want to refresh your memory, or if you want to learn more about the topic, this is where you can go. Of course, there are other sources of information, but we try to make it a little bit easier to try and gather everything in the one place. And I kind of delivered this video in lesson 1. If you don't want to listen to the video, or you're in a place you can't listen to anything, the script of the video is, the transcript of the video is here, and you can read it in your own time. Then you have the lesson plan that I'm not going to click into it because it's broken into different kind of PowerPoints. So you have the learning objectives and materials, you have the introduction to the lesson, you know, how do you open and start the lesson, then the body of the lesson and the conclusion. And then you have the lesson slides. So you click on the lesson slides, and now, for Mairead, who did it last year, I have to say, I don't know whether it was the update of Windows at the weekend or what, but it was working last Thursday, exactly like in the last 4 years. And then by Monday, it wasn't working anymore. So we used to be able to play the videos from the website, and now we can't. Now it's a kind of Google viewer. So you can't play the slides from the website. You can open a pop-out and download them from there, or you can click on resources and download them from there. Let me click on resources. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, what? Sorry, that's me messing. If you click on resources, here you are. You have all the documents you need. So the KWL I mentioned that I would like you to fill out. So you get your class as a class to fill out K and W before the first lesson, and then it'd be great to do the L a week after the last lesson, simply because if you do it at the end of the 6th lesson, they go for immediate memory, and it seems to kind of erase or kind of take over from what they might have learned before. If it's not possible, just do it at the end of the 6th lesson, there's no problem. So here you have the lesson plan that you can download. You have the European Union flags that you can download, cut out, and etc. And here you have the slides that you can download, and the quiz. So if I click on slides here, you will have slides. Let me click on the quiz so that I show you as well. So I'm going to just come out of here because in Teams, I need to stop sharing and reshare every single one, which is a bit, so let me add the sound. So just to show you lesson 1, where is lesson 1? Lesson 1, there. So this is lesson 1. And you have Shamrock, who's the little mascot. He gives certain cues. At your level, 5th and 6th, I don't have as many because it was other children who did it. And as I updated the slides, a lot of the cues weren't relevant anymore, and I haven't updated the cues. But you will see him here and there, and the children, I have to say, always enjoy kind of spotting him and seeing what he has to say. So just to give you...
Look out for Shamrock on each of these slides.
So he's not really on each of these slides. I'm sure the children will point it out to you. But here he is.
Pick an EU flag. This will be your country for the next 6 weeks, so choose wisely.
so yes, this is the country that you know, when you do the simulation, you can pick an EU flag. So this is these are the lesson slides. We go about the creation of the European Union, Ireland and the European Union. This is a video that you can play, and then we kind of engage them with the map. And then we move on to the symbols of the European Union. The flag, of course, Europe Day, you know, the anthem, and the motto, the kind of slogan of the European Union, unity and diversity. I get the children always, I always say to them, so do you know that every single car in Ireland has a European flag on it? Where do you think it is? And a lot of them don't know, and then it's a great little piece of homework that they do, and they come back in the following day kind of saying, oh, I found it. And the euro isn't really a symbol because only 19 out of the 27 have the euro. But nonetheless, it's great to get them to have a look at coins and how one side is identical except for the value, obviously. But, you know, you have this map of the EU with the stars, whereas the flip side has got symbols for each European country. And the euro banknotes are different. They're identical across the 19 member states. When Laura Kenna joined us to talk about the eTwinning project, one of the activities that we will do is ask the children to devise or to design their own euro banknotes that would be appealing to the whole of the European citizens, because actually we are celebrating the 20 years of the European Union, and the European Central Bank has officially launched a consultation to change what is on the euro. If you listen to Ryan Tubridy, he keeps complaining about how bland the notes are, with bridges and buildings that mean nothing to anyone. So it's a great opportunity for the children to use their creativity, and at the same time to think of, but what I'm designing here, what will it mean for a Hungarian, or you know, what will it mean for a Dane, or etc. So it get them thinking. And then I finish with a concept that is really dear to my heart and is actually one of the values of the European Union and has been heavily undermined, and it is solidarity. Be it through the you know, migration crisis or the COVID crisis, there's a lot to be said when it comes to solidarity and this kind of team spirit. And getting the children to talk about it is very interesting, because team spirit, they all understand this through the clubs that they belong to, and at the end of the day, the EU is a big club. So this is lesson 1. Let me just show you the quiz. So I think I have to unshare this and reshare the quiz. So where's the quiz? Did I not open the quiz? Hold on. No, I didn't. The quiz here. Okay. Yes, the quiz. So, okay, just I'll show you briefly the quiz. No, hold on. Yeah, with the sound, obviously, it's important. Here. So this is the quiz, and it's only 4 questions, and I know a lot of teachers find it very short, but at the end of the day, when you have had a long lesson, it's plenty, I think. Just to show you again, you know, Irish citizens, European citizens, if you click false, you have the sad trombone that the children hugely enjoy, and sometimes they do it on purpose to get the answer wrong, just to hear that. And then if they get it right, they get a well done, and etc. So I won't go any further into this. I'm just going to demonstrate to you the other slides and the other lessons. So okay, I'm just going to go back again. This is the slide down side of that's it. Okay, so lesson 2 is about Brexit. So you know, it starts very much from what it is to, you cannot understand Brexit if you don't explain that the UK is a puzzle country. And it's really important so that, you know, we don't have England left the UK, the European Union. And also to understand that actually the 4 pieces of the UK have left, but Scotland and Northern Ireland didn't vote in favour of it. And that can explain a lot of the resistance around the process in those countries as well. So we go through why did they leave. There's a kind of short piece that is a little bit dated now, but still very interesting. I would really encourage you to play this piece, which is a clip from the BBC. It's 1 minute. It compares Brexit to a cup of tea, and it is really really very interesting. So where was I? Sorry, I've admitted Laura. Oh yeah. So it compares Brexit to a cup of tea, and it is really very funny, completely appropriate, and really very funny. And then we go through the different steps: the withdrawal agreement, the deal, and, you know, what about the future? You can completely pare it down. I know from experience that the children ask tons of questions. So I've tried to give you as much information as possible, but you can completely take those slides and cut, you know, pare them down, as I said, cut down on the information and leave it as simple as you want, okay? There's absolutely no problem there. Now, if I do, let me see. Sorry, I'll go back into the website. It would be easier. Yeah, so here we have lesson 3. Then that's about the customs union and the single market. So you have a lesson that's entirely dedicated to this, with lots of kind of exercises that are linked to this, to the customs union, to the external tariff. It brings in Donald Trump, who had put certain tariffs for goods that were coming into America to protect the American products versus the European products. So the children are always really interested in that. This is a very short video about the single market that explains what it is about. And as I said here, the freedoms of movement are really important because they're at the heart of the single market. Is there someone? Okay, yeah. You have an exercise in the resources, which is about foods. If you are aware, there are certain EU symbols for where the food comes from, and etc. So we get the children to look at the pictures, or you get the produce yourself and have a look at, get the children to find the logo that indicates that it is protected by the European Union. There's also another exercise with toys and bulbs, where you get them to look for the EC symbol, which indicates that it has been approved as safe by the European Union. All this is to get them to realize that there are a number of rules in the European Union that protect our food, protect our toys, our electric equipments, and make us safe in terms of consumers. Lesson number 4 is about the single market as well, with role-based class exercises where you know, each table is a country in or out of the European Union, and they have to figure out the tax they need to pay, you know, whether they pay tax or not. If they are a nurse, an Irish nurse, can they go and work in Poland without getting a visa? If they're an Indian nurse, can they work in France without a visa? And etc. So it really gets them thinking about this, and it gives a role to every child. So it's completely based on role play. And then lesson 5 is about the people in the European Union. Here I'm kind of trying to give a face to the European Union. So I'm bringing in, you know, the various presidents. So you have the president of the European Council. The European Council is the one that comes up with the big idea. Then we have the president of the European Commission. And for the first time, we have a woman at the head of the European Commission and a woman at the head of the European Parliament. So I thought it was interesting to bring it in. Obviously, Mairead McGuinness, the Irish Commissioner, is a woman as well. Roberta Metsola she was just elected, like literally last week. And then the Council of Europe. And we have a little 20-second video to try and explain how all those people work together. And I have then a game which tries to get them to think about how it works and they become those institutions. So a table will be the European Council, a table will be the European Commission, or a row, depending how you're organized. And they have to figure out who is able to put the big idea forward, who is able to write it up, and who makes the final decision. And it's just to try and get them to think as decision makers in the European Union. And finally, this final class covers a lot of different policies. And again, it's more to give you a toolkit and to kind of let you decide what you want to use. So what we cover, you know, obviously Erasmus, which I would like children to be aware of, that, you know, this is obviously a European program that allows any student or apprentice, and it's very important as well, to go to another EU country for at least a semester to study, and without any consideration regarding fees. Obviously, accommodation is different, but regarding fees, there's no fee to pay to the host university. And then another concept that I'm bringing in is shared sovereignty. It's at the heart of the European Union, and it is about kind of countries that, if they were outside of the club, like the UK, can make their own rules. But they have decided, and this is what sovereignty is about, being able to decide for yourself. That's what the UK wanted, take back control. The countries in the European Union, and some are still struggling with it in certain areas. It's not an easy ride. But the principle of the European Union is that countries come together and they decide that they give up a little bit of their power to make a decision that will benefit all of them. And sometimes it's really difficult. You know, we've seen it in the migration crisis. The countries are unable to agree on a migration policy that will be efficient in the European Union, that they will all find, you know, acceptable. So it's not easy at all, and there's no blame put on the UK. The UK wanted out because they wanted to take back control. There are plenty of things to be said, but shared sovereignty is really important. So then I go through a number of different policies. You have consumers policy, environment policy, agriculture policy. Of course, the children are usually interested in agriculture policy as well, fishing policy, and then I'm asking them to think about the advantages and disadvantages of shared sovereignty. And we finish with kind of the learning goals. So this is what the program is about. I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to let Laura come in and present the project, and then I'll stop the recording, because I'd like the eTwinning to be recorded, but then I'll stop the recording and I will take questions and answers then. But just so that the presentation is on record, so that other teachers who might be interested can kind of refer to it.
Yeah, and there's just something in the chat there too, Manuel.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're grand. So hi everybody, my name is Laura. I am a primary school teacher just like all of you guys, and I did the BFGTOEU course with my class the year before last, and this year I'm also delivering it with classes in my school. I'm also an Irish eTwinning ambassador, so I am registered on the eTwinning platform, and I just wonder, can you see my screen now? Am I sharing, Emmanuel?
No, you're not sharing there.
Oh, I'm not sharing yet. Okay, sorry. Are you're sharing still? Sorry,
no, am I sharing? Oh, sorry, it's me.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. I'm sharing, but I shouldn't share.
No, that's okay. I'm just not used to Teams, sorry. So is there anyone here who actually is an eTwinner? It'll be the first time, no? Okay. So I'm just going to give a little presentation about eTwinning. So we just go out here. So eTwinning is an online platform provided by the European Commission for educators, both preschool, primary and secondary school teachers all over Europe. That is in the geographical sense of Europe. There are currently over 1 million registered members, and it's a very safe way for you to connect with teachers. You have to register with your school roll number from Ireland and equally from other schools, and it's a space where you can collaborate professionally, you can develop projects with your classes and with other educators, and you just make connections with European countries. And there's also a very strong professional development element to eTwinning, and that is also provided for free. Now, this year with BFGTOEU, Emmanuel had the great idea that we would develop an eTwinning project that would incorporate some of the elements of BFGTOEU with the Irish cohort of teachers and also with some classes around the EU. So this year we are hoping that if you would like to join our eTwinning project, that you will be matched with a similar aged class in a different EU country, and that you might complete some of the activities together. So the objective of our eTwinning project and eTwin initiative with the BFGTOEU is that we're going to connect you with a class of a similar age but in a different EU country. You will complete some of your BFGTOEU activities with your eTwin partner, and overall that your pupils are going to explore their EU citizenship through working with pupils in a different EU country. So then, once you have your eTwin, what are you guys going to do together? Sorry, I'm going backwards. So there are some activities that you will be completing on your BFGTOEU program that you can do in collaboration with your eTwin partner in maybe in Barcelona or in Milan. So this might be a tile art activity, you might do the lesson on Euro notes, or the older classes, which you guys might be, will have discussions and you'll collaborate on those together. Now we're also going to organise 4 Zooms or video conferences. The first one of these is going to be held in March, and Emmanuel is going to do a live Zoom with all of the classes. So you will join the Zoom and your partner will join the Zoom, and Emmanuel's going to do the lesson on the smoothie and how that is developing the concept of the club and the European Union. And then in March and April, you are going to do your lesson on the eTwin or on the Euro. Your eTwin will similarly do the lesson in their country, and then you'll have a video conference afterwards where your kids can discuss their ideas. Then the younger classes are going to do a tile art activity. You know, you're welcome to do this also, but the senior classes might prefer to engage in a discussion about the current topic in the EU. And then if you create a mind map, you can have a video conference afterwards and share these ideas together with your 2 classes. And then in May, there's the fantastic Europe Day quiz. So this was organised last year and they had over 7,000 participants from kids all over Europe. And it's also going to be attended by an Irish MEP, and your eTwin will join with you, and your students are going to have the opportunity to ask the MEPs questions too. So it's a great day. Now, I guess none of you are registered on the eTwinning platform. So if you're not registered, then we move over here to the new eTwinning teachers. So if you would like to register on the eTwinning platform, we'll put the website in the chat in a second. So once you're registered, I can help you to register if you would like. And then once you are registered, I will send you an invite to what we call is the Twin Space. And this is where the project is hosted on the eTwinning platform. Now, if you are interested in this tonight, you can email Emmanuelle and she can forward on your details to me, and then we can help set you up on the platform. So I'm just going to come back out of this. And I say X. Yeah, am I back? Oh, my camera's off there.
You're tight, but
yeah, there I am.
Yes, okay, you're back.
Yeah, so I see Rory is here, and I know Rory has kindly agreed to already join. I don't know, do you know that, Rory? But so that, you know, we have classes, I guess maybe we've close to 27 or 30 EU classes that have agreed to participate so far, and they're really eager to connect with an Irish class and to get, and you know, it's just a great way for you and your students to develop your European citizenship and identity, and for the kids to realize, oh look, these are these classes all over Europe, they're doing the same as us. And if you have a class that perhaps you have a lot of Spanish speakers or Polish speakers, and you'd like to be connected with the class in a certain country, we can try and do that too. So does anyone have any questions for Emmanuelle or for me?
So just to say on the eTwinning project, it's something new that we are starting, as Laura says. I mean, it's Laura and her colleague Georgia in Greece that convinced me, and I thought it was brilliant. It was a great idea. But my very small experience was when I ran the Europe Day Zoom quiz last year. As Laura said, we had 7,000 kids, and we had kids all across the European Union, and it was interesting how, you know, towards the end, some teachers turned on their cameras, and the Irish teachers emailed me after the quiz saying it was a great activity, and the kids were amazed that the Greek children were sitting on the same chairs as they were, that their classroom looked so much like theirs. And, you know, it's a great way to kind of open up children's mind to Greece is thousands of miles away. When you look on the map, it's exactly the opposite direction. But yeah, it's just a great way to engage the children. On the smoothie, I just wanted to say the smoothie isn't an activity in 5th and 6th class. It is between juniors and 4th, but it is something that the children really enjoy. And basically what we do is that we kind of allocate fruit boxes to rows of children or tables of children, or etc. And we put them in the blender. And then the blender has a European Union flag on it. Ireland might be bananas, and France blueberries, and Germany is milk, Poland is peaches, and etc. And we blend it, and the children really understand that it makes something new. The EU, but nonetheless you can smell the banana. The smoothie is blue because of the blueberries, it's liquid because of the milk. They get this concept of it has transformed the nature of the countries, which the European Union has really, because we're so interconnected. And what Brexit has showed as well, that it's not, the EU isn't a fruit salad. If you don't like something, you can't pick it out. So the UK cannot pick itself out and just kind of walk away that easily. You know, so the smoothie is really, really interesting. And when we did it during the CPD course, a lot of teachers were appalled. They thought, we're crushing national countries' identity. This is exactly what Nigel Farage it's his ideal exercise. But the children really engaged, and through discussion and etc., the teachers came to realize that we're so intertwined. It requires a chemical process to kind of pull us apart again. So that's really important. So the smoothie is the first, and I lead that, and the children love it. I do it, so you don't have to get the children to do it themselves, but they can do it themselves as well. I know that some classes will decide to do it themselves, but we discuss the club, we discuss lots of different things. Then the Euronote, as I was telling you during going through the website, we get the children to design their own Euronotes. It'd be interesting to see what your class designs versus what German class designs, or what a Swedish class designs. And the third activity, Laura explained, it's collaborative art. I might just show you. We did that last year for Europe Week, and it was a fantastic success. So if I go to our first Europe Week, there are 3 different designs, a map and 2 portraits. So this was our Europe Week. We were even in the Greek papers, which was great. And this is what the collaborative art looks like. This is the acrostic poems that the children wrote. And here you can see the 3 MEPs that engaged with us, Deirdre Clune, we had Barry Andrews, and we had Sean Kelly. And they answered the children's questions, and it was brilliant. Like, they were online, and it was just really good. This year we're going to aim high. Laura suggested going for the President of the European Parliament, so we'll see whether she responds to us. It is the year of the youth, after all. So just to kind of give you an idea of what the collaborative art looks like. And then the last exercise, it has got to happen on the 9th of May, because it is Europe Day. And we run the quizzes according to levels. So there will be a quiz for the first, second, a quiz for the third, fourth, and your group will be in a quiz by themselves as such, with questions that are adequate for their level, and as I said, they can engage with an MEP at the end. So let me see. There's a question about doing the full 6 lessons. I am just wondering, is this simulation lessons compulsory with? Oh, no. The simulation lesson isn't compulsory to complete. This is why I kind of extracted it from it, to kind of make it lighter for you, because some teachers found it overwhelming. I'll tell you that my experience is that the children hugely enjoy it, but I also know that you're under significant pressure to cover and catch up and etc. So it's absolutely not compulsory. If so, do we need to complete 2? Oh, no, geez. Okay, if you do, wow. No. We're trying again to kind of, and this is why I think this program has worked really well. As I explained at the start, it's a collaboration between primary and third level education. This exists nowhere. Like, I'm not aware of any program that gets the primary level and the third level to work together. But what you hopefully get is the best of research academic debates and the best of primary school pedagogical knowledge. And Trish from the start said to me, it's 6 lessons, Emmanuel. We're not going to take over the school. And certainly I have no intention of getting you to do 2 simulations. Even 1, it's something to keep in mind, but absolutely not. It's not compulsory. And it's if you do one, if you decide to do a simulation, just do 1. How long would a simulation project take to complete? Okay, how long does it take to complete? Certainly, you should give the position papers to the children a week in advance, because the idea is that I wrote the position papers. It'd be great, and what I'm asking them to do is take those position papers, not change what the opinion of the leader, of the Prime Minister or President, because that's factual, but I'm asking them to take ownership of how they express it. So I'm asking them to use their own words, basically, to express what I wrote in a very factual type of way. And some who are a little bit into drama, or, you know, or who have a vivid imagination, add their own kind of little touch, and it is fantastic. It is really good. If you wonder what it looks like, go on the website, because there's an example of the European Council simulation that I ran in Kilmurray, and the children were brilliant. Yeah, so does that answer everything? Yeah, let me just stop the recording and I will answer the rest of the questions.